Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up the wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. It very much does help out in the algorithm and it is deeply appreciated. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy or click the link down below. It'll automatically apply the discount to your transaction, and it helps support the channel. Thank you. If for some reason you're not up to speed on what r/AmITheDevil is, it's kind of like Am I the A-hole, except it's mostly, if not always, a resounding, yeah, you're the dongwad. The only person dumb enough in the room not to have understood that is the person who posted the original thing. My M22 girlfriend, F22, is thinking about leaving me because I'm incompetent. How do I fix this? Yeah, let me guess, becoming competent is not one of the viable answers, is it? I, 22M, live with my girlfriend, 22F, and we have been together for 7 years. Just to give some background, we're best friends, and we've lived together for a little over 2 years. She's always been responsible and a reliable type, full of drive. She's attending college full-time, and works full-time, making about $2,000 a month. I'm not as organized as her, and not as full of drive as she is. I live day-to-day without much thought, and all of my ambitions seem so far in the future. I have a part-time job, and have a second job lined up. With just the one job, I make about $1,000 a month. I also do things on the side to make extra money. I do all of the cooking, and cleaning, and laundry. A girlfriend and I typically split getting groceries, or we get groceries together. I have ADHD and depression. So, the real problem is me. I don't take care of this relationship like a 50-50 partnership should. Our relationship is more like 25-75. I rarely celebrate her or do anything sweet. I'm always messing up somehow, and I ended up breaking her trust. I've gotten better at listening to her and trying harder to be thoughtful, but I have learned that I'm actually quite self-centered. I'm always thinking about myself first and prioritizing my comfort. I've done lots of small things and some big things that cause problems, inconvenience, and irritation for her. Occasionally, I can't afford to pay rent, and half of the time, I can't pay for groceries. I have been working part-time for a little over a year. Half of the time, I don't follow through on what I'm going to do, or what I say I'm going to do. The thing, though, is that this has been going on for so long that she's grown very resentful, and is basically done with me at this point. Like the saying goes, death by 1,000 cuts. And a couple of bruises in my case. I really do love her and care about her so much, and she's the one that I want to spend the rest of my life with, but I realize that I'm not sure that I know how to love. She's always given me so many chances to grow and improve, but only this past year have I given some effort and started growing. I understand myself better, and I know what my problem is, and I'm trying to work on fixing it, but I'm not the most consistent. Because even though I have learned a lot about myself and try to be more aware, I still mess up a lot. I feel a very depressing amount of shame and guilt about my behavior over the course of our relationship. I just hope that I can make this work, because this is quite literally my last chance. TLDR. I am an incompetent partner, and have put so much strain on our relationship that I'm not sure that we'll be able to make it. I love her, but I'm also unintelligent. Help. I mostly just wanted to get this off of my chest and take some form of accountability for my past actions and behaviors. If anyone has any questions about specifics, or if you have any advice for me, that would be appreciated. I need some help. Update, February 5th, 2026. So, after lots of work and listening to everyone's ideas, and advice. I've been asking and getting more hours on my job, and I've been following a strict routine that is good for my physical health and mental health. This work shows her that I mean business about change and staying consistent. She sees this and notices my efforts and feels much better about us. I'm even sleeping in the bed again, and we've kissed a few times now. We're both feeling much happier, and I'm feeling more confident about myself and our relationships, as she is too. Thanks for the advice. You know, a lot of the times, the road to recovery and improvement is very much just acknowledging that, yeah, you done messed up, and acknowledging that also you're about to lose something that is important if you keep on the track that you're on right now. So, doing what you can to improve things, and making an effort, not just like a one-time thing to try to get everybody to change their opinion for a short-term kind of thing. It's respectable and it takes effort, so I'm hoping that things are going well for you. And since that update was 1 month ago from the actually, not even 1 month ago, 1 week ago from the time that I'm recording this, actually, I'm hoping things are going really well for you, because I know struggling with mental health can also be very much something that puts you in a rut. And it affects your habits and routines around the house, too. I know that for sure. If you do actually want to fix things, then you're going to make it the effort in order to have those things be there. Like you said, the relationship's supposed to be a 50-50, but you were thinking it was kind of the 25-75 thing. And I know for sure I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with somebody who was barely putting in any effort. Hopefully, since that update, you at the bottom, you're doing a lot better. My wife doesn't understand why I have taken the messing around and specific affections off of the table, and she is upset. My wife and I have known each other for 8 years, and we have a 5-year-old daughter. Ever since our daughter was born, my wife stopped feeling interested in messing around. She's gotten her hormones checked at my request, but it seems that she's honestly just fine not wanting it more than once a month. Even during the one time that we do mess around, she's had to have a perfect day. Had to have me take some chores that she owns off of her plate, give her a nice dinner, and tend to her, lots of flirting throughout the day, and lots of non-lewd affection, or for even a chance that messing around occurs, and sometimes it doesn't happen. I try to show it, but I am worn out trying to put her in a good mood, and trying to be perfect just for a chance to have her want this with me too. I don't think this is a sustainable or realistic for me. I feel like I'm not doing it for the right reasons. I don't want to perform affections that doesn't feel real to me. I want to hold and hug my wife and make her life easy because I love her, not because I want something out of her. And over the past few years, I've been doing it with other motives. I also want her to choose to want this with me, not go along with it because I shouldered so much responsibility in making sure that she felt headspace, or it wouldn't happen. I would like to see if we take this off the table and performing actions off of the table, what the baseline level of real intimacy is between us. I get that responsive desire is real, and for some people it's not easy to initiate and to go for it. But I'd like to not have to negotiate for a desire and understand aspects of responsive desire a bit more responsibly. What I mean when I say this is, I'd like to not always be in charge, or ensuring that she's had a good day or enough to want to mess around. I'd like it happening naturally. For example, she had a good day without my intervention. I initiated affection because that specific expression of affection makes me feel good too, good enough to want to share with her, and that in turn makes her want this with me. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want to do it for her alone, or for her sake alone. I expressed this to her, and she's taken it completely wrong. Because of her, she hears no cutesy names throughout the day multiple times a day, no massages twice a week, no breakfast in bed, no princess treatment by making her life easy, no indulging her moods needlessly. I keep saying that just because I don't want to perform affection does not mean it won't exist, or that I'd stop doing special things for her. I just want to do it for the right reasons, and if I feel like it too. Isn't it more special that way if it's real for me too? She disagrees. I keep telling her that what we have right now, me trying to manage all of it for her, is not healthy. I want to love her in ways that feel authentic to me too. And yes, even if that means that I stop certain acts of affection on demand, I will. But that is a good thing in the long run. I don't think it's responsible for her to base all of her responsive desire on what I have to do to earn that desire. I don't want to earn it. I want it freely given to me by her choice. Well, I'll tell you this right now, this one isn't even that hard to figure out. Like, when somebody has a kid, their priorities shift and everything, so God forbid they don't want to do all the intimate stuff as much as they did before. No, there's this little human being that you gotta take care of, and plus on top of that, there was this whole thing of that little human being come out of your wife's body, so that might have kind of tired her out a little bit. Also, from posted later in that story, you're also taking the non-intimate relationship stuff out, like the whole no cutesy names. That you're supposed to be able to do the whole, hey sweetheart, how are you doing? Okay, darling, and all that stuff. Like, that just don't make sense if you take that off the table just because you don't get to do the hanky-panky. Also, on top of that, looking in the comments of this post show that in the original post, the dude didn't mention that he's been unemployed for 2 months and his wife is doing all of the chores and all of the childcare. Yeah, God forbid somebody happen to be doing 100% of the stuff at home and bringing in the bread for the house, and they're a little tired, and yet you're upset that they don't want to mess around. That don't make any sense at all. Makes me kind of think that all you do at home in regards to taking care of the kid is making sure they don't stick their fingers in light sockets. And on top of that, the only time when you actually do any of that small relationship stuff is when you're hoping to do the hanky-panky. No! Stop it! I don't want my wife, who changed her mind about having more kids, treat this decision as a neutral thing and made it clear that I need her to hold space for my grief. Before we got married, my wife and I were very aligned on having multiple children. We talked about it as a real part of our future. We are financially very comfortable. Work isn't a limiting factor, and building a larger family was something I genuinely looked forward to and planned my life around. After our first child, my wife changed her mind. Pregnancy and childbirth were much harder on her than she expected, and she now feels strongly that she is done. I respect that. I'm not trying to pressure her into another pregnancy or argue about her bodily autonomy. What I am struggling with is everything after that decision. Her decision changed the course of my life too, and what I envision, so I need her to see it. For me, this wasn't just, okay, we'll have 1 instead of 2 or 3. It felt like losing an entire future that I had already mentally committed to. And I feel like I'm expected to just accept that quietly and move on, because she had a valid reason for changing her mind. Our couples therapist encouraged me to open up, and I told her that I need her to acknowledge that by changing her mind, I lost something real, and that loss matters. Even if she had every right to make that choice that she did, I don't want this to be something I mull over while we pretend that everything is fine. I need us to actually tend to it, not sweep it under a rug. Our therapist suggested to my wife that she does regular check-ins about how I'm coping, and the ability to grieve without it being framed as me trying to pressure her or guilt her into changing her mind. I also told her that since this future we originally planned isn't happening, I need the new one to actively include things that give my life the meaning that I thought a larger family would provide. No vague someday ideas, but real priorities. For example, I'd like us to be deeply involved in my niece or nephew's life, which means showing up consistently, helping with education, being a real secondary support system, not just seeing them on the holidays. I also want our home to be a place where people gather regular dinners, holidays, open doors, so life doesn't shrink inward into just the three of us. Where we really clash is emotional labor. I told her that I need her to not shut the conversation down, minimize my feelings, or frame my sadness as manipulation. Instead, I need her to stay present even when it's uncomfortable, allow the topic to come up more than once, and sometimes acknowledge the loss herself, something as simple as saying, "I know this cost you something real, and I don't want to pretend it didn't." I also said that staying together means this can't be a situation where I absorb all of the loss, and she experiences this as neutral. That may mean accepting limits on other life preferences, like career moves, lifestyle choices, or making room for things that inconvenience her, but help restore balance. I'm not asking for another child. What I didn't say was, have another baby or else. But I did say that she can't say, "This was my choice, so deal with it," and still expect our relationship to stay the same. She feels like I'm asking for too much, and that this makes her feel guilty for making a deeply personal decision after a difficult pregnancy. I disagree because I need her to work to get my trust after making such a big decision. So, let me see. She happens to be up for it initially, wasn't up for it after experiencing the childbirth process, and you're upset because she decided to not want to go through with it? And then that don't sound right. That kind of sounds like you're trying to force something on somebody when they don't want to do it, and you're giving them a pain in the back all along the way because, God forbid, they don't want to do it. Stop that. If something was painful or a lot for somebody, God forbid, they don't want to do it again. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up some wholesome internet discussions, or, I don't know, just say something Fortnite related. I don't know, something to make the algorithm go bar, I don't know. But I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!